In a News 10 follow-up, one Southern Indiana teenager is rallying after her community rallied behind her. In December, we introduced you to Taylor Pinkstaff. The then 16-year-old had been diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Her story made headlines after the Vincennes Fire Department held a jam-packed rally to support her in her fight. At that time, doctors told her she may not be able to play her favorite sport, but she proved them wrong. News 10's Eric Stidman explains.
This is where the story ends. The batter in the box, pitcher on the mound, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and that batter is Taylor Pinkstaff. Just a 17-year-old girl, the catcher for Vincennes Lincoln's softball team. This is her passion. And just moments before this very moment at the plate, Taylor was taking in the sounds of spring, a spring that may not have sprung. See, this season may have never happened for Taylor. Ovarian cancer took her hair, it took her strength, it battered her emotionally, and crushed her spirit.
And they ended up taking one of my ovaries as well as my appendix.
But the one thing it couldn't take was her love of the game.
There's a chance of softball being taken away from me, which I've played since I was 9, 10 years old. It's pretty hard.
And determination to prove the doctors wrong. She wasn't going into the winter without giving her cancer a fight, and she wouldn't be fighting this battle alone.
They didn't want to start season without me on it. I mean, it's great because they're not just a team, they're my family.
It's a typical small town sporting event. Parents in the stands, the team chattering in the dugout, nervous dad pacing through the crowd, and an inspirational speech from the coach.
1, 2, 3.
Coach that admits he wasn't sure Taylor would be back.
When it came down to whether or not she was going to play, the first thought was, her health is the absolute most important.
But he couldn't tell the team that. The only emotions in sports are the ones that are related to the game.
Because if they see me get too emotional, they're going to get too emotional.
That game started with Taylor Pinkstaff starting at catcher. After a hard winter and word this day may not happen, Taylor rallied, just like her community rallied behind her.
People say that I'm an inspiration and that they look up to me. It just makes you happy to know that people are watching and they are inspired by what you're doing.
So while this cancer pulled the life out of Taylor, it could not pull the catcher from the plate. And speaking of the plate, with 3 balls and 2 strikes and the anxiety of that full count, Taylor rallied with her first hit of the home season. And this is where the story ends.
My hair's growing back now and it shows I beat cancer and I'm no longer a victim of it.
In Vincennes, I'm Eric Stidman, News 10.
All right, way to go, Taylor. Now, aside from Taylor winning her battle, the Vincennes Lincoln softball team won its first home game 13-3. Congratulations.